Welcome to Bikers and Backroads, a podcast discussing all things Harley Davidson. We're your hosts, Jason and the Big Z, so sit back while we take this episode and put it in the wind on Bikers and Backroads. All right, thanks guys for downloading our latest episode and spending some time with us. Whether you're a seasoned rider or just dreaming of your first Harley, we are sure that we're the right place for you. Want to remind you can find us on any platform where you download audio podcast. We're on Apple iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, Podbean. And of course, if you're looking at us, you found us on our YouTube channel, Bikers and Backroads. We encourage you to hang out with us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share our videos. We're trying to grow this community. And we continue to get good feedback and questions, which is going to help drive some of the topics of this show today. So what's going on, Z?
Not much. Ready to be home after a long week.
Xander got off a day early this week. He's been working 5-10s out of town, but he gets to come home, and I think he's decided he may do a little deer hunting in the morning. But we're going to get into some topics today. We, again, want to thank everybody for commenting and sharing and subscribing. We seem to be picking up new subscribers every week, and we seem to be getting great comments and feedback, and I try to answer all those comments. I promise I do. We are going to actually take a topic today and answer one of the topics we've been given. And in no way, shape, or form do I think that we are the word of ultimate authority on things. This is just what works for us. This is our show. We talk about things we do. We don't do it perfect. We're not seasoned Harley mechanics. We're just two guys that like to spend time riding. We wrench a little on our bikes. We're going to share with you things that we've encountered and ways that we've come up with dealing with things we encounter on the road and things of that nature. But we're always welcome and open for people to suggest things that they've been through. So over the weekend, Xander, you guys, you and Zach, I think, took off on your bike after we have replaced the foot peg. So how'd that go?
Went good. Had to dial in a little bit of adjustment. Made sure all the bolts were tight again. But yeah, that what could have been a disaster and what ended up being a quick fix is going to stay probably how I'm running my machine for a while. So all turned out good. And, well, you just got to live and learn from those kind of things that happen to you.
I had a cool experience this weekend. My wife and I just got back Tuesday evening we went to Key West for our 25th wedding anniversary. So I got to be physically in the southernmost Harley Davidson dealership in the continental United States. Peterson's in Key West. We brought Xander a t-shirt back. And of course picked up our poker chip that we collect from each dealership. But yeah, cool. We're in Key West, Florida. It's an island that's like 2 miles by 4 miles. And we find a Harley Davidson dealership. So we go in it and look around. And luckily, my wife just knows that that's part of the gig now. When we go somewhere, we're looking for a new dealership so we can collect a destination t-shirt or definitely a poker chip for sure. But yeah, so we were down in the Keys. Beautiful. I would suggest if you ever get a chance to do it, go do it. It was wonderful down there. I know everybody here kept calling us and was watching about a hurricane around Key West and around Cuba and all those places. We didn't get 1 ounce of rain, one drop. We had winds offshore. One day we were fishing, and offshore the winds were blowing at 20 miles an hour in gusts, but we had zero issues. We had a gentle light breeze. It was 85 degrees and sunny every day, and we had a wonderful time. So shout out to Key West Harley Davidson, Peterson's Harley Davidson. I guess the main dealership for Peterson's is located in Miami. We'd love to pick up a poker chip or visit that shop one day. There was only one bike in the store, and it was a Street Bob, perched in front of a sunset graphic wall, looking out over what would have been a dock of some sort or a marina. It was a cool photo. I got a photo, so maybe we'll put that out there and show you. But while we were down there, we got this comment. And it was from somebody we know from way back, and he's new into getting Harley Davidsons. And his simple question for us was, what tools do you guys use, and what tools can we could suggest for him to carry in his saddlebags? So that's going to lead us into kind of a 2 segment. We're going to do a parts segment. And this week, the first time we're going to talk about a part that comes off of my bike. but we actually both run the same part in this situation. And then we're going to get into some safety gear that is carried in said part. So, anything you want to add before we get into these segments?
Yeah, we're really enjoying being able to incorporate these into the video and podcast. And when I say these, I mean y'all's responses and comments on questions to us. And we're hoping that this just continues, because this is exactly how we wanted to do this and what our kind of idea for this show was going to be in the beginning. And now we're hitting that point. So I guess you could say that's one goal for the channel is reached, and we hope to just continue on. Not necessarily met that goal, but we're right at it. Yeah. So we appreciate everything y'all are doing in the comment section and giving us the feedback that we need to better improve the show and give better answers and better information. But also, we're just having a blast doing this, and y'all make sure that we're having fun, and we're going to try to make sure y'all have fun listening to us.
Cool. So our part of the week, and we do have a visual. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to see this. If you're listening on the audio version, I'll give you some things you can look at on a website. Today we are talking about, this is one half of our Thrashin Escape Base saddlebags. It's 18 liters in storage per bag, and they're available with a Velcro closure. This goes across the fender. The other bag matches up over the fender. You're under your seat. It mounts to this. It holds it pretty secure. We both run these set of bags, but we don't run the Velcro closures, Xander, do we?
No, we actually both run the hard mounting brackets for these, and they mount up to the fender struts on your rear subframe. It kind of allows you to use a molly strap that comes with them to more secure them tightly to the bike at speeds, and especially in some windy conditions, you're not going to feel them rattling, or they're not going to shake near as bad. So it's a simple, cheap upgrade to the part that Thrashin offers, so you know they're going to fit, and it allows them to just be a little bit more secure. Maybe not everybody needs it, because you might just use these to throw over and run down the road. That's what these bags are typically designed for. But we like to run them most all the time on our bikes, so we figured we'd spend that. I think they run for $40, the hard mounting brackets is. Mm-hmm. And so not a very expensive add-on, and it was a great addition to the product. Yep. And
we picked those up last year on a Black Friday deal. I think they were running those bags for like $169 or $149, and both of us needed a storage option. Xander does run a handlebar bag, as we've talked about before, but I had zero storage. Everything was in my pockets or zipper pockets on jackets or sweatshirts and things like that. The bag is made out of ballistic nylon. It has molly straps to anchor points too. I mean, Thrashin sells everything from an accessory gas carrying bottle to, it allows their pass bags and other things they use for storage luggage to secure tightly to them. And they have YKK zippers. Open them up, and the inside of them are they're bright orange, almost like a neon color. So the contrast, if you're trying to find things in them, it's a beautiful product. We really enjoy them. They've been very durable. They've had some miles put on them. We don't have any issues, but we do run the brackets because it keeps them anchored so that we're not getting just the Velcro closure sliding back and forth over our fenders in case we're getting any paint irritation. They're very padded, and I don't know that they would irritate the paint, but just in case, we do really enjoy the hard mount brackets instead of just the overthrow with the Velcro pads. If you watch any Thrashin videos or videos about these on their website, they recommend the brackets. They do talk about the ease of just running, throwing them over. Like Xander said, if you've got to run down the road real quick and you need a bag to throw something in, that works just fine. But if you're going to leave them on and put some miles on them, and you're going to be putting things in and out of them so the weight's pushing down on the fender, the brackets mount and put pressure where the bolts for the bolts on the shock struts are. So you'll see some bolt pressure points, but that's not fender mount pressure points. There's no paint irritation on there. I just polished my bike the other day, spent hours cleaning it, and I had no issues where this had rubbed on either my fender on the top under the seat or on either side where they're mounted. So quality part, again, from our buddies at Thrashing. Check them out. We use their stuff, as we say every week, but this is the bag we use. Again, it's 18 liters of storage. There's multiple sizes, and this is one of the sizes, the size we grabbed, and we enjoy the size because you can throw a sweatshirt, an extra pair of gloves, a hat. We keep our tools in here, and that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be pulling the tools we keep in this saddlebag, and we keep one totally open. You can throw water bottles and whatever in there, but a quick jaunt to the store, you can put a few things in there, and you've got plenty of storage.
And from experience, if you ride and have a passenger ride with you a lot, my girlfriend loves to fill her side bag full of makeup and hairbrushes and everything she can fit in it. And it'll hold her jacket for when she gets cold and extra change of shirt or something if her outfit doesn't look good. So shout out to her. But you're going to love it. And if you have a passenger, your passengers are going to love them. But also one thing I wanted to add about the bag that I didn't know until I got it was I thought these were waterproof. They're not. They sell a waterproof bag that will cover these. It's a secondary, just a cover that runs on them. But they fold up really small and they'll fit down in the bag and you can keep it with you at all times and it's not going to take up much space. That's probably something I'm going to look into adding, although I don't do a whole lot of riding in the rain. But if I were to ever get caught, I'd love to be able to throw things in this and keep it dry and make it a dry bag.
And you could even throw, like, if you get caught in the rain and you need your sock or your rain protector over your air cleaner, they'll go in that bag. And you don't want it to be in that bag getting rained on and then pull it out and now it's wet and you're putting it over your intake air filter. And all you had to do was run a rain cover over your saddlebag and both things could have been dry. And again, talking about these bags, I'm pretty sure you could pack for a couple days and be gone with just a couple pairs of pants, a couple shirts, maybe some toiletries, and you could be gone for the weekend. And it'll hold up good. Great quality stuff from Thrashing, and again, we're glad to run their stuff. Now, we're going to get into the next phase of the question, which is what do we carry in our saddlebag for tools? This was directly asked to us this weekend. I read and commented to this while I was down in Key West. So the first thing we're always going to have with us, and I'll pull a tool out of the bag, is a simple tire repair kit. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see these products. If you're listening on the audio podcast, it is just a tire repair kit. One where you can pull out, if you get a nail or something in your tire, you can pull it out. It's a tire patch plug kit. You're going to ream out the hole. You're going to put some cement down in there. You're going to pull off one of these patches. You're going to drive it down in with the tool. You're going to pull it out. You're going to plug your tire, and then you should be able to get on your way. If it's a simple tire plug issue and not a sidewall blowout or anything like that. This is a great repair for me. I run a tubeless tire on my bike. However, Xander runs a 2007 Street Bob with spoked wheels. He has a tube. So if he gets a flat in the tube of his tire, we're just coming home to get the truck and picking him up. Therefore, one of the reasons he wants to upgrade his rims and tires. So we're going to always advise you to get a tire repair kit. You can get them smaller than the one I showed you. This is one I picked up cheap from Harbor Freight. You can pick them up at any auto parts store or even Walmart or wherever. What's the next thing? I would say, since we talked about the tire, we've got our next thing.
Yeah. So our next thing that we always keep in a bag, one of us always has it, is a Fantic tire inflator, air pressure inflator. This thing is rechargeable battery, charges by Type-C. So if you're on a ride and you got a pack light, phone charger, your phone charger, if you have a newer iPhone, will charge this. This thing is awesome. It's off right now, and it turns on by pulling this cord up, and then you'll see the screen comes on whenever you get the hose out. And it has settings on here from car tires to bicycle tires, motorcycle tires, and even like sports balls. This thing also comes like with a hidden little area down here, and it comes with the little attachment to put it in like a sports ball or something.
Needles?
Yeah, inflation needle.
Even pool float needle.
Yeah. So not only is this great just to keep on your bike at all times, but it's awesome if you were to go like camping or anything, especially if you're camping on your bike. This is awesome, and we have used it a lot, not for bikes, luckily. Although I have used it to re-inflate some tires on my bike a couple times, and but this thing will inflate a car tire perfectly fine. So I have another one of these that I keep in my truck and take it back and forth with me depending on what I'm doing. This product is just great in and of itself, but man, it's small, it's compact, it don't take up hardly any room in that little thrashing bag, and it's just great to always have on the road with you. It can get you out of a bind, whether it's your tire or inflating something else, and like I said, if you're doing some camping, you can maybe inflate an air mattress or something. So yeah, this is always with us, and I suggest you should always have a tire inflator with you, not necessarily only on your motorcycle, but if you're riding your four-wheeled cage, you should probably have one with you too.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by any of these products. We have heard of Fantic from other YouTubers we have listened to in the past. Her Two Wheels, a couple other people, Riding and Wrenching. They use air inflators in different brands. We've heard of Lexan, we've heard of Fantic. We picked that up off of Amazon. Again, those were Black Friday deals for us last year. My daughter keeps one in her car. Xander keeps one in his truck. My wife keeps one in the Jeep. We have multiple of those. I just saw those at our local Sam's Club the other day. So again, we're not sponsored by any of these products, but these are products we've used, we've tested, we believed in. So I'm not going to steer you wrong. That's just a brand we've used. Another tool that has gotten us out of jams in many, many situations is a simple adjustable wrench. I know these were originally called Crescent wrenches because Crescent was the brand. This is not a Crescent brand. It is simply just an adjustable wrench. It fits most things that are small nuts or bolts on our bike that are not either Allen head key or Torx bits. But this adjustable wrench has helped us in many, many situations as holding a nut on the backside of something as we're adjusting or tightening down an Allen bolt where something doesn't go into a threaded piece. But this little thing has gotten us out of a couple jams just being a stability tool for us and allowing us to get in some tight places. So an adjustable wrench is always on our bikes.
Yeah. So coming up on our next product, we're going to stick with the wrench style, and if you have been around Harleys and just everything stock Harley Davidson from the motor company or aftermarket on Harleys is Allen heads. These are we've talked about these before. These are always with us. We have a standard set and a metric set because some of your aftermarket parts are going to be Allen heads, but they're going to be metric where a motor company part would be standard. So it's always good to have both. We keep both on us at all times, and these are easy to find everywhere. These are, I believe, another Harbor Freight grab, and they're fairly inexpensive, and they've gotten me out of a bind a lot, and it comes with about every common size you'll need for just normal use, but it's got every size that I've ever had to use on a Harley, and I've used these from on the side of the road to I'll reach in my bag and use it in the garage just to simply retighten something down, because if you everybody knows that Harleys rattle, especially if you have a twin cam. You're going to shake bolts loose, you're going to shake things loose, and these are awesome to have from anything on your bike to, a shift lever that may fall off, that I've experienced.
Clutch perch.
Clutch perch. And even, if we run quad lock phone mounts, those are run with, mount with Allen keys. Always check those every now and then. These will do it every time.
Yeah, those are Harbor Freight brand. We also have a set that are Husky brand from Home Depot. One set in his bike, one set in my bike. Also, this is a Husky brand. Again, It's just compact. It's multiple size. It fits well with us. It goes with us. However you use these tools, or you want to buy them or organize them, that's up to you. But these are Torx bits. These are Torx. There's tons of Torx on Harley Davidsons, T25s, T27s, T40s. They're common. We have all these tools in big toolboxes in our garage. But like Xander says, sometimes it's simpler just to grab these, tighten things down. When we're doing a T-clock inspection, we have tools out. And again, I'd love to tell you we do a T-clock inspection every time we ride, but it's usually not every time we ride. It's once a week. If we've ridden a couple times in a week, we don't T-clock our bike every time. We probably should. You can hammer us on that if you want to. But if we put the Fantic on our tire pressure and it tells us our tire pressure is good where we want to run it, and we go ride today and we take another ride tomorrow, we're probably not checking our tire pressure if we didn't have any issues. But again, Torx bits. You need these. These travel light. They fit in our pack, and they're laying in we have all these sets in both sets of our saddlebags.
So another thing that you can never have too many of, and you should always have on your bike or in the house, is zip ties. You can find these anywhere. Don't got to be a parts store. You're going to find them in Dollar General. You're going to find them in Walmart. You're going to find them in Harbor Freight. But man, it's always good to have them. You know, you're going to have a wire rattle loose, zip tie it back to the frame and hold it up out of the way. You might be able to maybe makeshift something that's going to be able to get you home. But zip ties are always going to be good. You might have to, who knows, if you maybe purchase something you weren't expecting to and you're on your bike, you don't know how to get it home, hey, you can make up a thing of zip ties and tie that sucker down. So zip ties are always with us. They will 100% get you out of a bind if you get in some trouble. And also they're just good to use all the time. You can help tidy up stuff. If you see something that you haven't noticed before and you're like, I don't like that hanging down like it does, zip tie it up. But yeah, we always have zip ties with us. We suggest that you do too. You don't got to carry a whole pack of 100 like we've got. Man, you throw 10 or 20 and throw a rubber band around them, you're going to throw them down in your saddlebag. They ain't going to take up any room. We just have the room, so we keep as many as we can. But yeah, zip ties, guys, you should keep these with you, and they'll save you or they're going to help you, and it'll just help. They're all around useful, and you can always find a new use for a zip tie. So yeah,
if you break a hose clamp, you can zip tie around that hose enough pressure to get you home, and it's not going to be directly on the metal. Cut it off real tight. Let the hose be the insulator, so the heat, you're not dealing with the metal problem. It's just a quick fix to get you to the next phase, to get you home. It's not saying you're going to put that on your bike and run it for 10 years with a zip tie, unless you're holding wires up out of the way like Xander says. We just did a Thundermax tuner on his bike a couple weeks ago. That's going to be another topic we get into. But we used the zip ties to rerun O2 sensors to tidy them up. We didn't love the way they were run factory. We tightened all that stuff up. We love the way things look neat, and that's just something we're going with. All right, another tool we keep in the saddlebag is a Leatherman. Yes, this is a real Leatherman, but it's just a multi-tool. No, I did not buy this. This was given to my dad in 1999 as a service award by his company. It had never been out of the box, but it is on my motorcycle. It has some longer reach needle nose pliers. It has a file. It has knife blade. It has saw blades. It has all kind of attachments, Phillips head, flathead, a little tiny set of scissors and snips if you need to get in tight. It's just a multi-tool. I take this from everything with me, fishing to riding my motorcycle. I have a Leatherman or a multi-tool with me all the time. I mean, all the time when I'm traveling.
And I know you said that has a knife blade in it, but I honestly suggest that if you're riding something that you should keep in your pocket, and get one with a pocket clip, and it don't have to be the most expensive, but you should always have a pocket knife with you, because you never know if you're going to have to cut something away, or, that's just kind of one of those things that most men carry them anyway. If you're on a bike, you probably carry a pocket knife with whether it be a foldable, one that fits in your pocket and it's got a pocket clip on it. I suggest if you carry one like that while you ride, better have a pocket clip on it. That way you don't lose it going down the road. Or if you carry like a fixed blade in a holster on your belt. But I suggest you have somewhat of a knife easy to reach on you while you ride. I've never heard many people talk about that, but I think it's a good idea. But man, the Leatherman, that multi-tool is going to be many things in one package that folds up, not going to take up much room, not going to be very heavy, and it's a good idea to have with you. So that brings us to our next thing, is a simple screwdriver that is the interchangeable flippable tip. You got Phillips on one and a flat on the other. This just can always get you in and out of whatever you need to do. Sometimes you're not going to have the right tool that you need, and a Phillips head will fit in it, or you're going to be able to use it as a little pry bar. Screwdriver don't always need to just screw things in or tighten stuff up. Like I said, you can pry on something. You might be able to use it to tie it down good, help coil it up and tighten the zip tie down on your hose clamp like we just talked about. A screwdriver is just always good to have, and it will prove itself useful more ways than anybody would ever think. And we always have one with us, and we think you should too.
We always have, well, I say always, but since we ran into the shift lever incident, we have carried and will carry sections of rubber-coated wire, tie wire.
Yeah.
That would have changed our shift situation for Xander and allowed him to hand shift rather than have to reach across and hand shift. He would have had an anchor to have pulled. So that's downstairs.
Yes.
We haven't cut it into sections yet, but we're going to put that in our saddlebags. And again, we are not the final authority. These are tools we carry and tools that we have used since they've been in our saddlebags.
And been needed.
You can go on Harley Davidson website and buy a Harley Davidson toolkit. And if you know your make and model, sometimes you can put in, hey, do you ride a touring bike that's a bagger? They may have a toolkit they suggest for you. Do you ride a cruiser? Do you ride an old school softail and use the old school leather tool roll that goes on your handlebars? If you run mini apes, they have those. You can go on Amazon. There's a company called Cruise Tools that you can order either metric cruiser or Harley Davidson and American standard cruisers. They come with the tools they suggest that you would need in the most common sizes of fasteners, bolts. They come with zip ties. They come with a few sockets. They come with a light duty ratchet. They come with things in pouches. It rolls up and you can tie it down. We are in the process of discovering what type of bag we like to carry stuff in and roll it up and keep it all neat. Right now, we just toss it down in the bag. I put it in the bottom and I throw a couple microfiber towels, because we always keep microfiber towels with us as well. You spill oil on your gas, you spill your gas tank, you got to wipe it up. You've got something dripping and you need to wipe it off before it burns into your exhaust pipe or something. And yes, they'll be hot, so you got to be careful. You get bugs on your visor. You can take a water bottle and wet it down and wipe it off. If you have to just wipe your face off, wipe your hands off, anything. We keep microfibers all the time in both bikes. So I usually put these tools in the bottom of my saddlebag, throw my microfibers over top of it, and then I can throw in an extra pair of gloves on top. I can throw my sunglasses in there if I need to. But those are the things. Those are the tools we use with some microfibers, with a rubber-coated baling wire spool. And that's what we've used so far. It's gotten us out of some pinches. It's got us on things we've looked at and identified in the garage. Yes, there's probably a few more things. And people will throw in common sockets and common ratchets. I mean, we've been from everything with dirt bikes that came with toolkits. Yeah. I mean, we had KTM that came, it looked like a mechanic's cart that came with that thing. But it was
I used to ride with the backpack that was, it looked like a little booklet, like a notepad that zipped up, and it was a case. And from KTM, they said that had everything in it to tear that motorcycle completely apart. And I always rode dirt bikes with a backpack on, and many a times I busted it out and fixed my bike right on the trail or tightened something up that came loose. So, yeah, just from years of experience on dirt and now moving into the road, you should always have some sort of toolkit with you, whether it be just enough to get you by, or like we Dad was just talking about. They have the specific tool rolls for your bike, or just a pre-built tool roll that's going to look a little bit neater. Those do come at a price, though. That was something we discussed earlier today. Those are up on the higher end of prices, but you could probably build one for cheaper. And that's kind of the route we've taken, is we've just kind of gotten things or started keeping it with us as one, we've needed it and didn't have it, or as we found something and thought that would probably be pretty good to keep on our bike, and we find it on a good deal. Like Dad said earlier, a lot of our parts and tools we've got in our bags were bought on Black Friday deals, and that's just one way to do it. And no way is wrong, no way is right. It just what fits you and what you want personally. Yeah, we just throw this stuff in the bottom of our bag and kind of pack it up with some towels. The microfiber towels, I wish we would have had one so we could show and talk about it. Those are good, especially for cleaning off your visor. Don't be the guy at the gas station that pulls out the windshield thing and is rubbing your face down with it. Yeah, those, I mean, this is just what we carry. It's what we consider the essentials. And we want to know what y'all say, as if we left something out, or tell us if there's something that we carry that you don't, and that you liked and you're thinking now that you're going to carry it. Let us know that. But what were you saying earlier, Dad?
If you think about it, the cruise tools, they go from $150 to $165. You can buy that kit on Amazon. Fine. You buy that, you put it in your bike. You can get a Harley kit. They're up to $300 in some, based on how they're stored and what materials they're in. That's fine. You're talking about a father and son that ride together, but also ride separate. We have different toolboxes in the garage. We share tools, but when we build a tool bag, we're building two at a time. So we probably have less than $100 in our toolkit, so we can replicate that and have 150 in two of them.
Yeah.
I can't go, or I could go buy a $300 Harley kit, and then he says, hey, I need that same toolkit. I might as well have bought the $600, paid for two. I ordered 2 sets of saddlebags. Well, it was a Christmas gift for him, but it's still, we look to do things very cost effectively here. I don't get to go to Key West on a 5-day vacation with my wife if I've spent $500 in a toolkit I could build for $80. Do I think you should buy cheap and hope it doesn't break? No. But if you get a coupon from Harbor Freight that you can go pick up these Allen keys and they're $12 a piece, and your coupon gives them to you for $7, they have a lifetime warranty. You break these, you walk in there and say, hey, I need these. They give you 2 new pair. They don't ask you how much you paid for them, and you got them cheaper that day.
Yeah.
So we've bought 3 sets of those, and we have about $20 in 3 sets. We have a pair in the big, a set in the large toolbox in our garage, a set in each of our bikes, and we don't have, $100 in T-handles. You can do that.
I keep a set of those in my hunting backpack, because you got scopes come loose or anything.
We have these in fishing rod holders because you've got the smallest of small sizes of reels. We keep them on the boat. We just grab those. We keep them everywhere. But we literally can build our toolkits for about $85, $90. So we can build 2 for under $200, because everything we discover in individuals as each other, we share with each other, so that I know when he pulls out, he's as safe as he can be. He knows if he's in wherever working and he calls me and I'm on my bike and I'm just doing a pleasure ride for about an hour, he still worries about my safety. He's 20 years old, but he wants to know that Dad's safe as I can be out riding. And when we ride together, he's worried if I'm okay, and I'm worrying if he's okay. And I know we've covered all of our variables. There's a lot of things you can't control on the highway. That's people watching you, paying attention to you. But we can control everything we can control. Yeah. And that's a simple toolkit gives you a lot of peace of mind. And and he's a problem solver. And I know that he can figure anything out if he has the tools to work with. Okay, that being said, last week we said we were going to talk to you guys about the top 5 largest Harley Davidson dealerships in the state of West Virginia. Well, if you go to look that up, you want to compare, is it by square footage of the dealership? Is it about the inventory they sell? How many bikes they move? How much motor clothes and merchandise square footage they have in their store? How big a service center do they have? Do they host large events? We went on size of dealership, looking at their inventory, looking at the areas of the dealerships, looking at the areas they service, and within how many miles a larger conglomerate of people could access their shop, some from multiple states. And here is our top 5 list, and we're going to give them to you right now. So go ahead, Z, with number 1. Not in any order. These are just the top 5, and we wrote them down.
Yeah. So starting off, we've got Triple S Harley Davidson up in Morgantown, West Virginia. Something that I didn't know about them is that they are a certified DynoJet tuning center. So if you're running a DynoJet tuner, or if you are looking into a tuner and that might be your home shop, they are certified and know a DynoJet inside and out, and they're going to be able to tune it for you. That probably means they know the best tune to download onto it. I would assume that, we don't know this for sure, but I would assume that probably means they have a dyno to put your bike on and tune it up for you. But yeah, that's something cool that they are big into that, and that's, you know, putting a tuner on your bike can be a big decision. Trust me, I went through it, and I went with not DynoJet, but if I lived up there and I knew my home shop that wasn't far was a certified DynoJet place, I'd have probably went with that. But, you know, they have a large selection of merchandise, but they're also known for a large inventory of bikes. They have a lot of bikes on the showroom, and something that's cool is they're open Tuesday through Sunday. So that's Triple S Harley Davidson up in Morgantown, West Virginia. So Dad, take us off to the next one.
Number 2 is our local dealership down here in Tays Valley, West Virginia. We use Black Sheep Harley Davidson in Huntington, West Virginia. We know they have a large inventory.
Yeah.
We know they have great merchandise and motor clothes. We know they have a fantastic staff. They're always putting on events. Hog chapter meetings, meet and greets, customer appreciations. It's a very active dealership. They have phenomenal mechanics. They do great work. They have a great reputation. And like Triple S, they're open Tuesday through Saturday, and they'd love to have your business. So shout out to Black Sheep Harley Davidson. Shout out to Triple S Harley Davidson. We're going to get up there and get us a poker chip.
Yep.
This out here, this helps us map out a ride of our dealerships that we need poker chips from. And we only have a poker chip from one dealership on this top 5 list. So we got to put some miles under our tires.
Absolutely. And definitely explore our state a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's going to move me on to the number 3 spot on our list. And that's RG's Almost Heaven Harley Davidson. That's up in beautiful Bridgeport, West Virginia. They're known for their large inventory and lots of merchandise on the floor, and they're open Tuesday through Saturday. This is a shop we've never been to. I've never really spent much time in Bridgeport, West Virginia, but man, I'd love to go up there and see this shop, and I'm sure that they're pretty active. Something I forgot to mention about Triple S is they are really known for being an active shop and doing big bike nights and things like that. But yeah, RG's Almost Heaven Harley Davidson in Bridgeport, West Virginia. We're going to have to give them a look and check out all they've got to offer.
For 4, we got a cool name. Mothman Harley Davidson. And I believe Mothman Harley Davidson is in Williamstown, West Virginia. Again, pull up their website. Tons of inventory. Tons of motor clothes. Great videos and pictures of active dealerships and a large community up there. You're in Williamstown. you're close to Ohio. You can get maybe some Pennsylvania people rolling down. Just like Triple S. Triple S is a West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania dealership.
Yeah.
I mean, within 70 miles, 3 states can be there.
Yeah.
Same thing with Bridgeport. You're talking Clarksburg, Fairmont area. You may be 2 hours for somebody from Pittsburgh, but there's great Italian food in that area. So if you want to bring your wife on a nice date on a Saturday night, hit some great Italian food in the Clarksburg and Fairmont area, shoot on into Almost Heaven before they close, and then riding back home before it gets too late, that's a good ride. Mothman Harley Davidson, Williamstown, West Virginia. Again, dealerships, community, inventory, motor clothes. The biggest thing about Mothman, according to the website, they are open every day, Monday through Sunday. Most Harley Davidson dealerships are closed on Sunday and closed on Monday. I remember when Harley Davidson of West Virginia was open, there were certain Sundays they were still open, which was unheard of around here. And no dealership around us is open on Mondays. No. It used to be Powder Keg in Cincinnati was open on Mondays, but they've since went to Tuesday through Saturday again. I don't know if that's a Harley corporate thing or each individual dealership is allowed to be open. I know when Adam Sandoval does the ride across the Great American Convoy, he has a hard time finding dealerships that are open on Sundays to host them so that they can continue to raise money every day. Sometimes he talks dealerships into staying open on coming in special on their days they're closed. But Mothman Harley Davidson open on Sundays. Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There's not a day you can't go visit Mothman Harley Davidson. According to the website, we've never been there, but we're going to come and check you out.
Yeah. So taking on our number 5 spot is going to be Valley Harley Davidson in Triadelphia, West Virginia. This is close to Wheeling, West Virginia. A lot of history in Wheeling. You got a huge 2-story Cabela's there. If it hasn't been changed to Bass Pro Shop, the one by our house has been since changed to Bass Pro, was a Cabela's. But they are open Tuesday through Saturday. According to the website, they have a great inventory and some awesome, shop-specific clothes. So we would love to ride up there and try to get to see that dealership. Like Dad said, the only one that we've seen on this list is our home shop, which is the Huntington Black Sheep Harley Davidson. So, man, we got a lot of riding to do and a lot of trips to make to Triple S, RGs, and Valley, and
Mothman. Here we come. Valley Harley Davidson, Big Papa here, went to college in Wheeling. Been a few years since I've been there. There was no Valley Harley Davidson when I was at Wheeling Jesuit University. Shout out to Wheeling Jesuit, now Wheeling University. But hey, I'm old. I graduated with 2 degrees from Wheeling Jesuit University. I wish there was a Harley Davidson dealership when I was up there. The only thing cool in Triadelphia when I was there was they had a McDonald's that had the greatest student discount meals. And on your way to Triadelphia, you went by the Carlos Pizza. Woo-wee. Local. Let me tell you, good stuff. I crave that still sometime. But
be a trip down memory lane for you.
We brought you 5 dealerships in our state that are considered large based on inventory, volume of sales, footprint, square footage, what they do. What I will encourage everyone to do, to not sound like a used car salesman, but we're having a pretty good time tonight. Get on these dealerships' websites that are close to you. Every one of them are organizing color rides for the fall foliage right now. They're having sales. They're promoting things. They're getting ready for new inventory and model years to bikes and new model year bikes to be showing up and being the open houses, and they're going to come in, they'll debut them. These dealerships will have specific things. They're going to look at introducing you to a local hog chapter and getting you involved in the community.
You're going to be getting towards the end of riding season, so the weekend, the parties that they throw at the dealerships, they're going to be their bigger ones because it's going to be like the send-off to the year and stuff like that. Bike nights are probably starting to slow down around this time. In some areas, so there'll be, wanting people to show up, but also they'll be putting on some of the best stuff and giving away some good prizes and things like that. So check them out. Check out your local dealerships. Like some of these I did not know, one or two of these I didn't know existed. So I'm looking forward to making a trip, hopefully either before the winter sets in, or this is going to be something that we set aside for next summer. But man, in my eyes, we're setting up on peak riding season in the fall. Throw a sweatshirt on, and it's the most comfortable thing. You got the beautiful fall foliage and beautiful, wild and wonderful West Virginia. Ready, just perfect for some bikers and some back roads. So with that, guys, this is it for today's conversation. Thanks for joining us here on the Bikers and Bag Roads podcast. Remember, you can find us anywhere that you get your podcast, whether that be Podbean,
Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Amazon Music.
Yeah. And then we're on YouTube. If you're watching us right now, then you already know that. And we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. And just remember to like and subscribe, share this so we can continue to grow this community. We appreciate all the feedback y'all give us. Be sure to leave a comment on today's conversation and video. Let us know what tool you run that we didn't mention, or what tool you like that we mentioned that you don't run. Let us know if you've been to any of these dealerships that we have mentioned, or let us know if there's one that you didn't know exists. Like I said, a couple of these I didn't know were a thing. And then, but that's it, guys, and we'll holler at y'all next time.
Again, if you're watching this, this should post on October 3rd. I'm just going to give you a heads up. On October 4th at Black Sheep Harley Davidson, our local Harley Davidson dealership, it's going to be Customer Appreciation Saturday. They want you to come in. They're going to feed you. They want you to look at all the inventory left, look at all the motor clothes, meet the people, great people. If you're participating in the Harley Davidson Ride Challenge, make sure you log your miles before the end of this month so that all those military charities can get everything that we've ridden for through these past few months. So I'm going to end it as I always do. You bikers, be safe and be blessed, and thanks for joining us.